Well, hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm just forgot that I was in the process of uploading another video when this one started. So I apologize. You're gonna get 2-for-1 deal at the moment. So that's pretty good, hey. How are you all going? It's been a little bit crazy here. I got more rain today. It is pretty crazy. So hope you're all doing well. Want to talk about some stuff that's dropped about Murdoch and the impact on his case. And my computer has frozen, so hopefully it's getting old. It's old, so it's struggling a bit these days, a bit like its user. You know, they always say user error. I did read overnight that King Charles has now formally endorsed the new Prime Minister. So that's very, very interesting. But I wanted just to look at this. This is a lawyer. So there is a couple of things that are happening around Fox News and Murdoch. So we know that Murdoch Lachlan is suing a media group for defamation. And the media group won the first round because of the fact that the judge, in fact, denied both injunctions. But everyone's saying it's a win to the little guy. It's a win to the little guy. So here is the thing, though. There is a story that's come out that has stated that there is another defamation case in the US featuring Fox News. And the top Fox lawyer has actually been unlicensed, and what impact that is going to have on the nature of things. So I thought we'd have a quick look at this, and then we'd have a look at the impact of, there's another site called the Kangaroo Court. He's put some stuff down about the Murdoch Crikey case. So let's just have a look. This is an article from Semaphore. It's appeared several times in my feed. So when something appears several times in my feed, and it's quoted by lots of different people, I go, okay, this is something. So it says, top Fox lawyer's big screw up could reveal Lachlan Murdoch's secrets. Now, this actually could have implications to his Australian case. Now, I am actually going to wonder whether he's going to try and settle at some point in time. Just my opinion. Because we all know they don't like their big secrets getting out. So it says Fox Corp CEO Lachlan Murdoch's top lawyer spent nearly 4 years without a license to practice in California, which could have major consequences for the high-stake lawsuits tied to Fox News' coverage of the 2020 election. Viet Dinh, who earned $12 million last year as the Murdoch's son's effective second in command, became the company's chief legal officer in September in 2018. He lives in LA, where the company is based. But records at the California State Bar indicate he only became licensed to practice law in the state this June. Dinh is a prominent Republican legal figure, best known for writing the Patriot Act as the Bush administration lawyer. He's licensed to practice law in Washington, D.C. His status with the California Bar was first raised internally at Fox in 2018. A person familiar with the conversation at the time said the person recalled that Dinh dismissed the concern. Moreover, however, recently, he has scrambled to quietly fix his licensing issue, which could open up otherwise privileged and potentially sensitive or embarrassing communications with Murdoch to discovery because they don't qualify for attorney-client privilege. It's a pretty big screw-up for a major corporation and a big ticket guy, said Sean Martin, a law professor at the University of San Diego, who has served on the State Bar's Committee on Professional Responsibility and Conduct. Martin said that Dinh is unlikely to face personal sanctions, but there could be consequences for defamation cases facing the company. This will be another layer that plaintiffs can use to say those communications aren't privileged. Fox is facing two major federal defamation lawsuits. Dominion Voting Systems is suing for $1.6 billion in damages, while the voting tech company Smartmatic is suing for $2.7 billion. This news potentially opens the door to his communications with Fox executives, the lawyer representing Smartmatic, J. Eric Connolly, after Semaphore brought the public records to his attention. This is something Smartmatic will be asking for as we move forward with discovery. The laws around privileged communications are complex and depend on a number of factors. Plaintiffs could already seek some of Din's communications on the grounds that much of his role involves operating the business rather than strict legal matters. And the fact he's not registered as a lawyer could further open the door to questions whether he was acting one in his job. Mr. Din's emails and texts are likely to be sensitive. He's a dominant figure at Fox and the godfather to one of Lachlan Murdoch's sons. A Fox spokeswoman, Irina Brigati, said Din's law license has no bearing on pending litigation matter of privilege. The registration process began years ago, was delayed by COVID-19 pandemic, and was perfected in June, she said. Fox News spokesman said on the condition of anonymity that Din applied in January 2019, but the State Bar of California lost Din's application. The spokesperson said he reapplied later that year, but COVID-19 delayed his application. But the executive director of the State Bar of California, Leah Wilson, flatly denies both claims. The assertion regarding lost or delayed applications are false, she said in an emailed statement. Fox did not respond to a request for documents that might confirm Fox's explanation. Now, Ben's view. So he's the writer here. Fox's defense has been going badly. It's something that sometimes can be obscured by the day-to-day controversy its hosts create. The company lost motions to dismiss both cases, the first line of defense for media companies in defamation cases, and the point after which they become onerous and expensive. In July, Fox replaced its outside legal team handling the case, a sign of growing concern. Plaintiffs are currently deposing high-profile Fox hosts and executives. Among the signs of intensifying legal worries are that Fox has repeatedly shortened the retention time for internal emails, first to 3 years in March of 2021, then again to 13 months on July 1, 2022, according to a person familiar with their email retention practices. The discovery process already unearthed an email suggesting the Fox News president, Suzanne Scott, knew her network was airing false claims, NPR reported. And Scott, a loyalist who has little control over the network's biggest name talents, appears to be the top candidate to take public blame for an expensive debacle, given that, as in most family-controlled companies, the buck must always stop with the high help. Fox will defend itself, but litigation is risky and unpredictable, and general and punitive damages can be piled on top of the giant verdicts awarding specific damages. The Murdoch family is pushing through a merger of Fox Corp and News Corp, the two companies it controls. News Corp shareholders won't be thrilled to have 10 figures of liability hanging over their heads, especially as Fox's defense blunders forward. Defamation laws are often used to silence legitimate journalism, and Fox's lawyers have argued that the network was merely reporting on allegations made by others, though its hosts Lou Dobbs and Maria Bartomoro at times seem to embrace these claims. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I'm just going to mute. A free press must be able to report both sides of a story involving claims striking at the core of democracy, especially those claims prompt numerous lawsuits, government investigations, and elections recounts. Fox lawyers wrote a brief attempting to fend off the Dominion lawsuit in 2021 when a sitting president of the United States and his legal team challenged a presidential election. In litigation throughout the nation, the media can truthfully report and comment on those allegations under the First Amendment without fear of liability. What's more, the eye-popping numbers plaintiffs demand often end in smaller, if significant, settlements. The largest known settlement came in 2017 and Disney paid $177 million to a beef company whose product ABC News had called pink slime. Both Connolly, the Smartmatic lawyer, and Fox new outside counsel, Dan Webb, represented the beef company. The companies may struggle to prove billions of dollars of damages, and the federal investigation into Smartmatic won't help. And while the fringe broadcaster, Alan Jones, lost a record of $965 billion judgment in a state court this month, the largest federal defamation verdict ever upheld on appeal remains at $3 million judgment against a CPS affiliate that accused a tobacco company of using pot, wine, beer, and sex to attract young viewers. And this says The View from Sydney. Fox's coverage of January 6 continues to haunt its CEO in Australian court too. There, Lachlan Murdoch is the plaintiff in a libel case against a local publication, Crikey, which published a column concluding that the Murdochs and their slew of poisonous Fox News commentators are the unindicted co-conspirators of this continuing crisis. Crikey scored a significant win on Friday when a judge ruled that Lachlan Murdoch would have to explain his own view of who won the 2020 election and that the Fox News clips could be played in court. Two things Murdoch's lawyers sought to avoid, according to the Finns Mark DeStefano. So then we come across to this kangaroo court. And this is a very interesting headline. It says, Lachlan Murdoch and News Corp thrown under a bus by their barrister, Sue Chrysanthou. And we did discuss this. Lachlan Murdoch's own barrister, Sue Chrysanthou, has thrown him and his company News Corp under a bus, not once, but twice, in a defamation case against Crikey. First, Sue Chrysanthou contradicted her own written submissions, which were not missed by the judge, and not a minor point, but an issue that could cost Lachlan Murdoch the whole court case, according to the writer of this, Shane Dowling. Okay, and so he's got here the thing from the Guardian. So she actually wrote she said in her submissions that it was a public interest case, but she said in her verbal submissions that it wasn't, which is really bizarre. So it says, Just Whitney said Chrysanthou's assertion that it was obvious that the topic of Keen's article was in the public interest appeared to be extremely at odds with her formal submission, which states in unqualified terms that Mr. Murdoch denies the Crikey article concerned an issue of public interest. So then he refers to the people in his video. The video below has an extract from the US. Hello, Maggie Craigie. Showing about voting software. Yeah, so Dominions, that's what we were just talking about. Not only are the Fox Corp and Fox News being sued by Dominion for billions of dollars for telling lies on Fox News, but they're also being sued by another voting company, Smartmatic, for the same reason. So if both Dominion and Smartmatic are successful in their defamation claims against Fox News, and the floodgates could open for more lawsuits against Fox and potentially the Murdochs, because their whole business model is based on telling lies, according to Shane Dowling. It also could affect the Australian case as well, because if it seems that Fox, seeing that a whole pile of Fox News videos will actually be shown in court, and this is all about reporting this is all about Fox News's reporting of the January 6th riots. If Fox News has been found to be defamatory, it could potentially, whether there will be arguments whether those court outcomes can be referred to in the Australian outcome. It's going to get very, very interesting. So the two dangers in the Crikey defamation case, according to Shane Dowling, is the evidence that comes out about News Corp could be used against them in the court cases here and in the US. Also, Lachlan Murdoch will have to give evidence under oath, which could be used against him and News Corp in future court cases. 12 months from now, it's likely Murdochs and their companies, Fox and News Corp, will be in a lot of legal trouble, and the likes of their barrister, Sue Chrysanthou, won't be able to help them, is what he's saying. So this, I guess when he thought he would sue this Australian paper for defamation, he was hoping that the court would say, no, we're not interested in the Fox News coverage. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And now the court has said, well, actually, what was said what was said on Fox News during that time can be used as evidence. And so now there's going to be a whole floodgate. And as I said, I can imagine that the lawyers for Crikey are going to be watching what's happening in the US case, because that could actually, as I said, be catastrophic for Murdoch. And of course, the evidence that he gives here, again, could be used as evidence in the US cases. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting. And it's going to be a case of grab your popcorn and watch this space. This was just a quick live just to say hello and just to, but yeah, look, let me know what you think in the comments below. Is Fox News in trouble? Is Lachlan Murdoch in trouble? What do you think about the fact that these cases may be brought up in the Australian case? Yeah, tell me what your thoughts are. Could Murdoch be in trouble? I don't know. I don't know. It's grab the popcorn and watch this space, I think. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I've just uploaded an unboxing video, but please make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'm also going to amend a few things. I've got Patreon now, and you can get a coffee mug and I think stickers in there as part of the Patreon if you subscribe. You hope they are, Maggie. I hope they are too. It's going to be very interesting. So yeah, so make sure you do all of that, and I will catch you again next time. And thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. This is just a quickie. I used to call him Quickie with Joe. Quickie. Actually, it's 20 minutes. I don't know. Is it really? I don't know. Anyway, I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.